Hello, my name is Scott for SB Gaming, and we are back into Prison Architect. Indeed we are, and where we last left off, I believe we had set up the various areas in our multifunction general purpose common area, and that has the chapel here, common room, library, and classroom. And I believe that these, oh yeah, this really doesn't matter. It can just be an open empty space. The common room doesn't actually need anything other than just, I guess, being indoors. But everything else they pass, they just need their various items. We did get this set up, and just before I started this episode, I just set up this as the armory. And we'll have to put some things down there just to get that set up and get our security up and running. So I am going to, in this episode, obviously tackle this. I'm going to tackle this and this. So that's my plan for the episode. We are sitting at about 5:35 p.m. on day 7. And we have possibly another 20 normal security prisoners coming in. But what we can do is take a look at the intake, and yeah, there are 6 minimum security available, 32 medium. No, there's 6 minimum security available to us and 32 medium. And so what we can do is, we can bring it up to 38 prisoners, but we don't actually have any room. Because right now we are at our current capacity of 50 out of 50, and I was also just taking a look at the informants just to see if we had anyone that needed protecting. And so far, and as we see here, it says skilled fighter. Even though they are actually kind of in the dark and we can't actually see them, we can kind of guess where the guys who actually have traits are, even if they aren't actually visible. I'm not sure if that's a glitch or bug, or if they're going to hide these traits for prisoners we can't actually see. I guess there was a guard that walked up and down here, so we were able to see these guys. But at the moment, we can't actually see what's in these cells, but we do know there's a skilled fighter in there. Anyway, enough of that. So we have mostly, well, this guy we don't know anything about. This guy we don't know anything about. Same thing with there. We have an instigator, which means he will kick off at a moment's notice. Apparently he's not an Do we get the wrong one? This guy, Dan Newell, you are the instigator. And yes, you see, there's the arrow pointing to him. When you're zoomed out, it looks like more like this guy's the instigator, but well, that's not much of an issue. But this prisoner sows seeds of discontent in all those nearby. When he causes trouble, nearby prisoners will feel compelled to do the same. So we'll want to keep an eye on Mr. Dan Newell. But yes, him, or no, it's Griffin we know nothing about. And you we know nothing about, but you don't look like to have any traits. If you do bring in any minimum security prisoners, they're pretty easy to deal with because they rarely have any traits. Nothing too interesting, but okay, so we got 3 guys we don't know anything about. Another guy down here. A guy up here, so that's 5, I believe. Anyway, this guy is volatile and stoical. And stoical pretty much means that, yeah, he's not going to become suppressed when locked in solitary. He really doesn't care. He's a lifer, pretty much. And he's, of course, volatile. So he's going to kick off, of course, without any warning. The guy in here is fearless. He has no fear. Skilled fighter, stoical. Again, strong. He's strong, quick, and a skilled fighter. Oh, yes, he may become... No. It's Mr. Rudy Dix. Yes, indeed. He is strong. He hits harder with each punch during fights. This prisoner is an unusually fast runner, and he is skilled in defensive combat moves. He can disarm his opponent or even take their weapon from them in a fight. So that's, yeah, hits hard and is pretty good at defense. Plus, he's a fast runner. That is a lethal combination. So we'll definitely have to pay attention to that. One guy in visitation right now is volatile. So, yeah, that's working all right. But at this point, yes, okay, so I was going to... Alright, so yeah, we've taken a look at that. So we don't have anyone that actually needs protective custody at the moment, but we do want to keep this cell block free just because we don't really want any prisoners in there, just in case we do get someone who does actually need protection. And I have a feeling that 10 cells is way too much for a protective custody, especially in a prison total is 100. But yeah, that's just what I built. Anyway, so what we can do, and also what I want to do, or I could do, is if I say wanted to reduce the amount of protective custody cells in here, all I would have to do is just put a wall here, and that make this, protective custody, and this can be just the general population. But and that is, yeah. So we are going to want to expand this, so I might as well get to it rather than just talk about for the entire episode what I want to do. So we need an altar, we need pews, and prayer mats. Minimum size 6x6, and indoors that's taken care of. So we will build an altar, and is there a specific side? Or is it just... I really wish you could see... Okay. I do know that you will want to keep it away from the walls because sometimes the priest or whatever will want to go behind it. So we'll put it from the walls like that. Let's put in some pews. And that's facing that way. So we will put these 1, 2, 3, and 4. And prayer mats. Okay. So we have 16 spots available. 4. And we'll just put down 16 prayer mats because, equal opportunity. So we got the prayer mats on the right, pews on the left, and now we'll go down to the common room. Or before we do that, how do we want this? We don't need the door. This is a multi-purpose open area common room, so we can just remove that. And I also want to demolish walls right here, so that'll provide 2 spaces of access. Into the common room, we want pretty much the same thing. We could do right here. Library, depending on what we plan to do, we may want the door on one or side or the other. And classroom, we'll leave the door in there just because. Let's put the let's get rid of that, and we'll dismantle that. So now the classroom, and yes, I know I'm skipping the common room and the library, and I'll let my workmen get going. No, Thomas, you're being searched, but we're not going to pay anything about that. Okay, classroom needs school desk and office desk. Alright, so we're going to put the school desk right about here. And we are going to want to put desks. School desks. Where are you? There you are. Alright, so how many can we fit in here? It's an 8x9. So what we can do is put that's 8. That'll be 16 and 20. Alright, that'll be good. And what I'm going to do is just cancel that because I just want to place it a little bit differently. Let's put it right there. Alright. And now, I don't like how that flooring does that. They really need to fix this where these certain tiles have a defined border, like here. It's really, really annoying where they kind of just blend in, because that doesn't make sense. In here, it does make sense. You might have it blending in from the gravel to the yard or the grass, or, you know, the grass to here. But this does not make any sense. And that's just because, well, I did work in carpentry, and you would never finish off the room like that. Anyway, enough of that. I am just going to put in, let's see, concrete tile here. Don't need to do that there. And I am just going to place concrete tile through this section of the prison. And we are going to do concrete tile along here. And in here. Let's crank it up to speed 2. Now, while we're waiting for that to finish, we're going to jump into the library. And what do we need for the library? Yes, indeed, we need a librarian's desk. And this is the first time I have worked with this alpha, so how do I want to do this? What I can do, books will probably come in through here. So what I can do is, doesn't give you any information. No. And shelves, you can shelves are 3 by 1. So what I'm going to do is right there, there, and there. Right there and right there. 5 or 6 bookshelves should be good. And we're going to want a few librarian's desks. Let's put them right there and right there. And so what we are going to do is also demolish walls, and we'll do it 3. No, we'll keep that. Alright, so that is the library, that is the classroom, and that is the chapel. So now what we are going to do is look at what we want to have for the common room, and what kind of needs do they have. Bladder, bowels, sleep, food, hygiene, exercise. They can get that from the yard. Family, they can't. Yeah, we can put a few phone booths in there, although, you know, prisoners taking calls. Library and chapel. Yeah. Recreation, so some pool tables possibly. Environment, privacy, freedom, clothing, drugs, alcohol. Spirituality, that's taken care of that by that. Literacy, I assume that's been taken care of by the library. So yes, we just need some common room items. And so let's put in, let's say 2 pool tables. Nope, I don't want it there. Right there. And hopefully no one shoots a ball off and knocks someone in the head when they're praying, because that would be bad. Or maybe it'd just be funny. Let's I never know how to put these in. Let's we'll put in some phones along there, and we also wanted to put some phones in here. And oh, I may want to, yes, that's, I'm just taking I realized before I started this episode that I forgot to put in the extra table, because right now this is only enough to seat 24, We currently have 50 prisoners, which will be... Oh no, we'll have... there's a bunch of prisoners down there. We'll have, what is it? 90 prisoners total in here. 40 of them coming from here. So we are going to need a few more tables. And while we're at it, we might as well throw in all the benches and tables. Let's give our workmen a lot of stuff to do, as usual. Alright, that has been taken care of. We might as well give them phone booths. And let's go 4 phone booths. And just in case they want some TV or entertainment, we'll give them... oh, that's annoying. We'll give them the TVs up here. Unfortunately, you can't, or can you? Oh no, that's the back. Yeah. Yep, that's the front and that's the back. Anyway, we'll just yeah. Alright. Anyway, so we will might as well throw down a few more phone booths down here. And with that in mind, we are going to want to put in a phone tap, indeed. Where's our security? Security is right here. What do we have there for now? We just don't have anything. So we are going to put in, and we might as well do these now. We are going to probably want at least one of those. We'll put a phone tap here. And I don't know if they need space, but we are going to put a second phone tap there just because. And we may also want door control if I have it available. And door control, I must have remote access, so that's obviously something I don't have. And those were fairly expensive, so yeah, we are down to $787. We can't bring in any prisoners because we didn't build any cells. So we will go to none for that. Alright, so we've set up our common room. We have a couple pool tables and the phone booths here. Decent number of phone booths. Put some phone booths down here. TV's there. Just give them some entertainment and, you know, call home. We may want to put some weight benches if we have them, which we should have them. Weight benches. How do we want to do this? How's this going to look? What we can do is we'll put a few down here. Let's watch our money. 5 there. And just because. Alright. Put 5 here. Alright. We are making $2,900 a day. 121 an hour. Alright, so now we have lots of books. And what is it we need in order to get to deployment? No. It's logistics. And prison labor. Yes, this is indeed the first time I have had to do Is this not an entire cell block? Or it is? Oh yes, indeed. What we are going to want to do is put down a large jail door. because we had 2 in stock. So how does this work? Oh, that's going to bother me. So I'm going to put in those there. You see, the fancy tiles, they have a nice line. Marble tile, same thing, but we're just going to want to do that. Anyway, we are done that. We do want to take care of the armory, but yes indeed, we kind of are short on money. What do we need for this here? I'm going to obviously put the table right there. What else are we going to need? Weapons rack and guard's locker. Guard's locker are $200, and the weapons rack is $1,000. So we are just going to put in, let's put in a guard's locker right there. Not that we actually need it, because well, we don't have any armed guards, but we can if we want. Now it is just a matter of waiting for money. Fortunately, we can wait another 99 hours or 100 hours and for this long-term investment to come through. And we are also looking at $15,000 once this hits. We're at 33% for this. So that is good. And how are we doing otherwise? Deployment, logistics, prison labor, bunch taken care of there. Yeah, let's put some jobs in there. Did we? Yep, we made that available for them to access. Max jobs 5 in the cleaning cupboard. That's good. How are we doing? Our intake is closed. We apparently have 2 people up for patrol, or not patrol, parole. How's he doing? Is he getting out? 24%. Sorry. Should we bump up our? And he's going to be out of patrol, or not patrol. Let's see, parole. It's active at 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. So if we want, where we go policy, we can bump this up to 24%. That means that at 10 a.m. they'll make a final verdict on whether or not he gets out. Yeah, let's just do that. Let's bump it up to 24%. We'll hope that he doesn't reoffend, and if he doesn't, then he's going to give us another $3,000, or no. It's not that he's going to give us $3,000, it's that we'll get the $3,000 bonus. Fortunately, they've taken away the penalty if they fail. So how are they doing in the canteen? Yeah, everything's looking good. Everyone has lots of space to sit. And they are taking care of phone needs. And yes, indeed, I should set up the electrical cables right there and there. And I should definitely set up the phone tap. Let's connect this to each of these. Oh. Nope. Oh, you are so annoying. Alright, so we got that. We're also going to want to hook these up. And I know they can only talk to or listen to one call at a time, but that is why we have 2 phone taps. What will happen is that 2 guards will monitor the phones from each of the phone taps, and they'll be able to each listen to the same phones. It's kind of hard to explain other than the fact that what's the easiest way to explain it? Yes, if there's a bunch of phones, if like we dedicated this phone tap to doing these, and this phone tap to doing these, then if there was a bunch of prisoners on here, we'd only have one guard listening to these. If no one was listening, or if no one was talking on these, then we'd have one guard not doing anything, and one guard that can only listen to one of the phone calls. So if we hook every phone up to all the phone taps, then at least we know that at some point all the guards that are at phone taps will be able to listen to the most number of calls. It'll be the most flexible arrangement. There is pretty much no limit to how many phones you can have hooked up to one of the phone taps. But yeah, that's, I feel, the best way to handle this with the phone taps and the phones, connecting them up. And let me know down in the comments how you do your phone taps and all that stuff. And apparently, do I have... Okay, I don't even have any CCTV cameras, but I have a guard operating the monitor. Meanwhile, yes indeed, I don't have a guard on the phone tap. You, sir, you really should be fired. Wouldn't it be great just have a job where you sit at a desk and you just look at monitors that aren't working? Anyway, so we have our library set up, but I believe there is something we need to do with the library in order to get it up and running. I believe it might be that indeed. And you're probably screaming at me. We probably need the Foundation Education Program. Yes, indeed. This course brings inmates up to the level basic foundation reading, writing, and math skills. Passing allows the prisoners to work in that library, or in the library. So we might as well start it since we have 17 interested. Sweet. Awesome. So right now, what time is it? It's 6 p.m. Not 6 p.m. It's 12:10. Alright, so if we go to our spreadsheet, we have parole hearings, we have foundation education, requires a 3-hour block. So right now we are somewhere in here. They're doing kitchen safety and health, I think it is. No, I'm not gonna move that. So yes, that needs the classroom, and we might as well also get started on the... I wonder... What are you doing? You're on the wrong side of the desk! Did that... Did that prisoner get paroled? We are at 49 indeed. That prisoner made it. Of course, yeah, we updated the we changed the prison policy so that he'd pass. But I completely forgot to check if we actually require no. We forgot to check to see if we got the bonus or if he reoffended. But where is it? Prison grading. Okay, so we won't even find out until 10 prisoners have been released. Anyway, I think that's going to be it for this episode. It ran a little bit longer, and I got distracted yet again by a few things, but it is looking good. We are going to have to get the Foundation Education Program going so we can get the library active, but overall, things are looking good. And we are back up to $3,900. So that is, of course, good. And I have a feeling that he indeed did not reoffend, and that's why we have that much money. That would make sense. Because it's obviously not been a full day since we were waiting to check So yeah, he did not reoffend, and our prison has been successful. It successfully rehabilitated a prisoner. Anyway, my name is Scott for SB Gaming, and thank you for watching. And have a good day. Bye-bye.